a minute, but I will read the music which we have been playing for you previously. You hear Dan Markel with Gulliver from his album Big Ideas, and also before that Appleseed with Mile High Express, which is from a new compilation called Dope on a Plastic 6. Jeff and Dave and Dean from the band Musket, welcome.
Hi, very much.
And how you do?
We do very well.
Well, that is always good to hear.
It is. How are you, Sven?
I am very good. I always good on Fridays when I do my show. Normally, I did not tell you, but I am a uranium miner up in Roxby Downs, which is very hot and difficult work. Also very dangerous, so I must be careful the rest of the week. And this is my day of fun.
Well, that's good. You've got to get out of the uranium mines, you know, just once a week.
Well, I am trying.
Get some sun.
Yes, indeed. So this is how many times now have you come to Adelaide to bring your music?
Sixth time, I think, over since the years. About the last 3 years we've been coming here. Sixth time. We are getting gradually more and more people down to the gigs. So we love coming here. It's always a holiday for us when we come here.
It is very different from Melbourne, which is where you are from.
Yeah, definitely.
In what way you find it different?
It's more laid back.
Yes.
Much more of a mellow place.
Melbourne's very crazy at the moment. It's a lot of...
Too many Range Rovers belting around.
Well, there are quite a few Range Rovers here. You will have to be careful.
Yes. We don't
when you are crossing the street.
With Land Rovers.
You've got more room.
More room. Yes, maybe it's a smaller city. Why you come here then? Because you like it here, or because this is a good place to share your music?
Yeah, basically, yeah. We like to travel anywhere that is away from where we live, and we are, you know,
sure,
keen to play to anyone who will listen to us.
One of the advantages of being in a band, I suppose.
Exactly. It's all, you know, champagne and caviar for us on the road.
So when you travel around, how do you travel? Do you catch plane around, or do you have a bus which you...
No, we drive. We've got a bit of a, you know, car with a trailer on it.
We've got a Subaru. 5 of us fit into a Subaru, and we've got a trailer on the back. We've got all our amps and stuff in it.
Doesn't like the hills though. Coming into Melbourne.
It takes a long time. It takes another 2 hours because we've got the trailer on the back.
Okay.
So it takes about 9 hours to get here.
So you are often packing up the trailer and going around?
Yes. Well, we haven't been for the last 6 months or so. We've been relatively inactive, but we plan to get back out on the tarmac, you know, and get some Ks under us.
Sure. Okay. So you find this is this work for you? It is going around Australia and playing for music all around it.
It's not work for us. We love it. We don't get paid for it. Really, all the money we make goes back into petrol and everything else like that.
Sure. So. But you can make a support with yourself?
Well, not a very good support.
No.
Maybe one crutch, but not really a whole support. We all have jobs, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. So also you must work apart from...
Yeah, that's why it's taken so long to put out this album, basically. It's because we've all been juggling
because of the
careers and whatever else. And
yeah,
exactly. Because there's no money in rock and roll, and there never will be in unless you make it crack it big, you know, which is what we're trying to do.
Sure. Well, does every band try to make it big? Is that
yeah?
You can make money and live in a nice house with
naked maids and you know, pool cleaners and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we've got a vision of owning a Musket mansion one day.
A Musket mansion.
Yeah, ping pong table, video room, the whole 9 yards. All the fittings. But that's, you know, our architects are still working on it at the moment, so
and they're going to want some money soon as well.
Yeah, so, this album better take off, otherwise we're in deep trouble.
Well, maybe we better play another track of it, so people will rush out and buy it.
Yes.
From the new album from Musket. This is Dry and High. The band from Melbourne called Musket with the new album on. That is a track called Dry and High, and I am talking with Dean, Jeff and Dave right now from Musket in the studio with me. Well, Dean is not talking because he is running around with a video camera. You're making a film of some kind, Dean.
Hi!
He's making a rockumentary.
You make a noise of
We're
some
making
kind.
our own. Dean's good at animal noises too.
Okay, you want to give us some animal noises, Dean? Oh, you must come closer to the microphone. That is some kind of Australian animal.
This is a talented guy.
That is a wombat?
It's we're not sure what that is.
It's a Colombian bird.
The noise he makes when he wakes up in the morning. We'll leave it at that.
Okay, so it's, you have been going for 5 years now, and you make a few records before, but this is your first album. You take a long time to.
We're very slow workers, aren't we? We're very, lazy. No, we've been wanting to do an album for ages, but it just hasn't been able to, come about. So that's why we're really keen to get this one out here now, and get people to hear it, because it's been a long time coming.
It's been 6 months.
6 months to
6
make.
months since we recorded it.
Sure.
So
And
it's like being pregnant. The closest we'll ever get, anyway.
And you happy are with the new baby?
Oh yes, she's she's crying a little bit at the moment, but so we're getting a little bit of sleep.
I noticed that the track which we just play, the later track Dry and High, which is later on in the album, is very different from that first track which played. Seems to be a lot more mellow. You say that you are going to become a bit more mellow.
Oh yeah, we want to have both. We don't think that you should have to be a heavy band or a mellow band. You can have both on an album. I think I prefer albums that have a different sounding songs on them. I hate albums that just sound the same every song.
Sure.
It just gets monotonous. So yeah, we've kind of planned the album to start off pretty full on and then sort of trail off gradually to the last track, which is kind of like to put you to sleep. It's kind of a lullaby.
You have had much success with this album? Have you had any national airplay with?
No, we've just basically finished it, so we've had a bit of interest from overseas. We're trying to get it out over there as well, because that's where we're going to go if we're going to kind of make any money, I think, and make a living.
If you are released on the Shock Records, which I think your album is on, does that not mean it go overseas automatic?
No, it's just for Australia and New Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just a distribution company for us, basically.
So
they're helping us out getting it out in Australia and New Zealand, but overseas it's different.
We've done most of it ourselves.
Yeah.
To this point.
It's all self-financed. Shock will just put it out.
So when you say put it out, that means that they make sure that the shops have it in.
That's right.
And,
send out a few promo things.
But they do not do anything overseas.
No, not well. Unless it takes off here, I guess then they might. But they've got a lot of bands on their roster which are a much higher priority than us.
So what you do yourself to try and get the interest?
Lots of gigs.
Yeah.
No, overseas.
Overseas. Well, what happened with overseas was.
Because I think if you want to buy your mansion, you will have to have.
Exactly. We're gonna have to look at Greece maybe, or Ceylon. We're thinking of moving to Oman, and the capital of Oman is Musket. So
oh, you mean somewhere?
Musket.
You mean somewhere where the property is cheap?
Yes, exactly. And there are servants. Cheap servants.
Oh man, I don't know where in the world.
Yeah. So. Yeah, we basically have to, we're going to get on a plane and go over there and just play on the street until someone walks past and
so come in out of the rain,
the best
boys.
thing since Matchbox 20, whatever.
Matchbox 25.
Whatever the latest of those product bands are.
Do you do any kind of like the sending away of the recording? You send them all to overseas?
We do. Yeah, we're involved with an operation actually, which is started by our manager and his name's Neil. And Lindsay Gravino, who's a sound engineer in Melbourne, and they're setting up
producer.
Like a production, producer of course. What am I saying? They're setting up a production company which helps bands liaise with overseas labels and local labels and stuff. And they're even looking at getting a few Adelaide bands on. They're sort of getting about 10 bands, which they're going to be pushing overseas, mainly in America.
Okay. Okay, yeah. But that is done for you. It is done by an agency.
We don't do it. We'll work, so we don't have time to do any of that shit. We just play and try and get other people to do that sort of thing for us, which is hard.
And how you find the recording of your album? Was it what you wanted to become?
Yeah, it's a very wonderful experience. A great week. And then nutting it out.
How you did you produce, or you have a producer in? Or?
We did a lot of it.
Yeah, we basically produced it ourselves.
We knew what we were after.
But then yeah, when Lindsay came in, he kind of added a few things, so kind of co-produced it with him. He came in sort of in the second stage rather than being there from the beginning. We basically got all the sounds down ourselves with the sound engineer Mikey. And yeah, it was really cool. We just, because at the time Birdland, the studio where we recorded, wasn't finished. It was all just like a wooden shell, so we got some great guitar sounds out of there, which I think, you know, we probably wouldn't have gotten if it had been finished. It's really, we got a really raw sound. Yeah, exactly. Wood's, you know, wood's a natural fibre.
You hear, listen closely, you can hear the tools on the floor rattling in the background.
Sawdust. It was covered in sawdust. We were recording in sawdust. It was quite bizarre.
To wash all the gear down at the end of the week. Have it all serviced.
That sounds very funny. So where you get the ideas for your tunes from? You write all together the music, or?
Yeah, at the moment it's a bit of a
it's changing quite a lot, you know.
Yeah, because Davo writes songs, I write songs, and then but we don't kind of finish them. We just write sort of the initial stages of the songs and then bring them to the band, and then
you know, chop and change them a bit.
We've got these padded bats, and we hit each other around the head a few times, and the song comes out magically.
So Dave, you are the new member of the band.
Yes, I'm the new boy.
Yeah. It doesn't seem new anymore though. He's been with us for a year.
Yeah.
So you have changed the music.
It's been a big influence.
They're brilliant musicians, and they were very much a rock band when the old bass player was with them. You know, long hair down to the bum and stuff, and I made sure I had all that chopped.
First thing you do is take us to a hairdresser.
Yeah. And yeah, it's we're forming a great writing relationship, I think.
Well, that is good to hear.
Yes.
Well, we look forward to hearing more from Musket in the future. You have made any videos or anything like that to be
in the past? We've been in recovery and we've made a few videos. But we're looking to do a video at the moment. They're just so damn expensive.
We'll get Dean to make it for you.
Yeah, well, you never know. You might be on the video. We might just have this.
Okay. Well, I think
we're
very
into
boring.
minimalism.
Perhaps we should move around a little more.
Minimalism is coming back in.
I will wave my arms for the rest of the time. And
yeah, can you do it with
the pump video? Okay, you are playing around town, which is why you are here. Musket, where can the people see you?
Tonight at the Austral, 12:30 we're on stage with another band called Pop. And tomorrow night we're on at the Royal. I don't know what time or who else is playing yet, but yeah, it should be fun. We're gonna rock it out.
Okay, so if you want to rock out with Musket and you would like to come and see Dean, Jeff and Dave do their thing.
Dave Abbott's in the car at the moment.
He's our guitarist.
Dave and Dave.
He enjoys being by himself.
He's actually drinking beer in the car park.
I can understand that.
There's a fear of microphones.
So rock and roll.
So if you want to be catching the Musket when they fire off in Adelaide, I have a rudimentary English, I could not use it. It's a little, I think that is called pun in English. They will be doing their stuff tonight at the Austral with the band Pop, and also you can catch them tomorrow at the Royal Hotel. Dean, Jeff and Dave, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you, Sven.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Buy our records.
Okay, what is the track we go out with now? This is also from the new album.
This is a song called Better Sky. This is kind of more of an anthem. This is our Musket anthem.
A big fave.
Okay.
Big live fave, this one.
Okay. 3D radio.
It's different from the usual soul. Where'd you get that from?
Huh?